Singapore Homebrew on MoneyFM 89.3.
ALLWIN. Joining us is Jing Zhi Chua, the co-founder of ALLWIN. And ALLWIN is an active aging school that teaches self-coaches and health practitioners how to prevent and manage chronic diseases, illnesses, injuries, especially among older folks. So Jing, it's great to have you with us on Money FM today. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Glenn. Hi, Neil. Nice to see you guys.
Yeah, great to see you. Are you in a gym right now? It looks like you're in the gym right now.
Yes. Yes, I'm in Levitais, one of my friend's gym. You can see it's a very cozy setup, usually for personal training. And those are the clients that I usually cater to, senior executives with, some of them with chronic illnesses, some of them without, and just want to train for a healthier life, right?
So let's talk specifically, Jing, because I find this a fascinating topic, especially as it relates to how you train trainers to help older folks who may have a physical issue, who want to work out, things like that. Tell us a little bit more about ALLWIN and how you're helping trainers understand more about working with older people.
Yes, so great question. So I think for us, we concentrate mostly for trainers who want to cater to 40s and above, because that's when people start feeling the muscles degenerating, they start feeling like they have illnesses coming on, things like that. They see the doctor a bit more. And some of these trainers, they see clients with pre-diabetes, for example, and they need to know how to handle diabetes or know when to refer their clients to the doctors. And when we train these trainers, we ask them questions like, if you have a client who comes in and walks in, how are you going to screen these clients? Do you know when to refer to the doctor? Do you know when to stop exercising when they are wheezing or when they have abnormal heart rhythms, etc.? So that's what we look up for, and that's what we teach trainers to do.
Jing Zhi, I think it's absolutely wonderful. I've just returned from the UK where I was actually staying at my mother-in-law's retirement facility. So I was surrounded by old folks every day, and each morning I would see them doing group therapy together, group exercises together. I was actually slightly terrified they were going to ask me to join in at some point because I'm nearly in their age category. But I thought it was great, this communal stuff. What is it that inspired you to just create this initiative in the first place, an active aging school for self-coaches and health practitioners for the elderly? It's a wonderful idea, especially for an aging population like Singapore. Where did you get the idea from?
So I think for me, my entrepreneurship journey started accidentally, I think in 2015. And then from then on, I've always been guided by the same question: with my skill sets, how can I value add to the community the most? And from there, I think I grew from a magazine to online media for swim, bike, run, and then to coaching and to personal training. And then during COVID, we digitized the business a little bit, played around with a few ideas that didn't work. And then we just listened to our users' feedback and keep thinking, how can we value add to the community the most? And in today's age, it's quite apparent that the population is aging. Most of the population in the world is aging. And we found it quite shocking at first that there wasn't any fitness educators that provided to this sector of aging population.
And Jing, look, I come at this topic very personally because I used to go to the gym, for years, went to the gym, worked out, ran, cycled, all that. And in recent years, just to be honest with you, I have not done as much. And I'm also finding that it's getting harder to exercise. The joints are aching more, getting older, and some of those things that happen just naturally as the body ages. What are some top tips that you might have for somebody, let's say, who's in their 40s, 50s, 60s, who wants to get back into shape, back into working out? But that if you go to one of these HIIT gyms, you're probably going to damage yourself.
Yeah, you could do more harm than good.
The pace that they go, the weight, the heaviness of the weights. You really need to find someone that understands the older physiology and how to ease back into working out. So what are your suggestions for somebody in that situation?
So I think one of the reasons why we created this active aging school, not only for health practitioners, but also for self-coaches, is because we realized there are many people like you that find it, I call it gym, that there's a term for it, but it's basically intimidation when you go to the gym, or you don't feel as comfortable going to the gym yourself, or you prefer to do it with your group of friends. So you're essentially self-managing, learning to self-manage yourself. And then the other tip I'll have is to find a sustainable routine and then slowly work towards that. It's really hard, we find, according to our experiences with our clients, to get into a routine again, especially if you have done it before. And so like it's really about taking baby steps, creating like one habit after another, maybe talking to more people, getting to know more people in the community who are also believers of active aging. And I think that's also good news, right? So while we created this school, we realized there are a lot of other partners who are in the same movement as us, and they are like new gyms coming up for active agers.
Wow. And you've got that background, haven't you? I mean, without being falsely modest, you was in the aquathlon varsity team. You was a vice captain at NUS. You're an ex-commando, if I've got that correct, ex-commando captain in the Army. So you've got that fitness background. What is it you see, to build from Glenn's point, what is it you see in an aging population that we start to lose out on, that we need to get back as we get older?
So I think like when you age, your body really changes. Some of those changes means that you have to exercise in a different way, prioritize your goals differently. For example, like when I was younger, I was in the aquathlon team. Now I'm getting older. I don't think some of the exercise...
Wait, Jing, how old are you?
Yeah, you're still younger than both of us.
How old are you, Jing? Give me a number. Come on.
32. I'm 32.
32. Okay, yeah, you're not getting older. Trust me.
is.
You know nothing about getting older, my friend.
You know nothing about getting older. All right, let's get that out there right now. You know nothing about getting older.
Nothing.
We creak daily.
But we digress. Go ahead, Jing.
Carry on, Jake.
Yeah.
Bullying over. Carry on.
Like no, you're absolutely right. I'm only at like the start of like getting older. We actually have a graph on our website where we advocate for people to start aging in their 20s, because that's when you build up a reserve of physical and cognitive functions. And then the higher the peak you go in terms of your physical and cognitive abilities, the higher you descend from, right? For the rest of your life, right?
That makes sense.
So essentially, we are building some potential when you are in your 20s, and then like from 30s onwards is a decline process, or a decline of maximal potential process, right? And then, that's where I'm at 32, right?
Jing, I think it's interesting though, but, there are two groups of people, I think, that in their older years, people that never really worked out or were not very active and now maybe have some health issues perhaps because of that, or people that did work out in their younger years but just over the years stopped or slowed down because of family or business or work considerations. And either way, there is a need to really understand how to get back into a workout routine. And of course, the last 3 years of COVID, many people either stopped working out or maybe they just walked or cycled, which is good, but maybe not enough in terms of, especially when you think about losing bone mass and muscle mass as you get older. So how do we approach some of these harder topics of restarting a good routine? You mentioned get into a good routine, but that can mean a lot of different things.
Yes, exactly. So I think like to touch on the point of COVID, a lot of people during COVID pick up like aerobic exercises.
Yeah.
But because gyms were closed for most parts, strength and conditioning took a backseat. So I think like what you can do is to really start at home with really easy mobility and strength exercises, and it really depends on your age, right? For example, if I'm talking about someone in their 60s or 70s, some of them have challenges even sitting to standing, and for them definitely the exercise is different from someone who is probably in their 40s and feeling the onset of the decline, right? So it's really trying to find out what is your baseline is at. what you can do is actually go to some personal trainers, get a very basic exercise screen or movement screen. I think there are many out there who do trials. Just go for the trials, right? If you're unsure. And
But
then
how do you find, sorry, how do you find those trainers though that will definitely be good with understanding the older physique and getting back into shape rather than not rushing it too much? You know, because I think that's a problem. I think a lot of the younger trainers are used to working with younger physiques.
Yes. So I think that's the exact problem that we're trying to solve, right?
Yeah.
Because there are many, this is a problem faced more accurately by doctors actually. So when we ask for feedback on our platform and our idea, most of the people that, came forward were doctors, because they know that, there are a lot of chronic cases out there. They see a lot of chronic cases out there. And then they have a choke point where if they want to find an exercise professional, they don't know where to go to. So they face the same problem as you. So for us, right, we're trying to solve that problem as quickly as possible. And what we find is it takes around like 3 months to at least get a quick grip of how to train seniors and be slightly confident in that. It's not just being, trying to be careful, trying to be lighter, be gentler with your clients. It's not just that. You kind of have to have technical knowledge and skills to approach this whole thing, right?
So let's finish by talking about your solution to that problem, ALLWIN, which is a platform that caters towards our aging population. For the benefit of our older listeners, what does it look like? How can they use it? And how do they access it?
Right. So right now we're in a feedback process. We are launching in June.
Okay.
Most of the curriculum is online. It's 80% online. And then 20% it's in person, where we, if you are a self-coach, then we'll customize what you need and we'll teach you to look out for what you need, right? If you are a health practitioner, or if you're interested in becoming a health practitioner in your 60s, then it's something different. After going through this process of like learning what is good for you, how you should approach yourself, we do it through different content and then quiz questions. So you can have like podcasts followed by quiz questions, or you can have articles, research reviews followed by quiz questions. And then like you will know through all this content and learnings and as well as all the quiz questions, how to practice on yourself. So that's essentially it.
Now, where can people find it? I know you said you're launching officially in June, but where can people find it for feedback and so on?
Oh, you can go straight to our website at allwin.co, ALLWIN.co, and everything's right there.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Jing, thank you so much for being with us. And we hope that everybody will get fit again, stay fit, and we'll all feel like we're 32 again.
Whoa, those were the days, man, because he's such an old man, Jing Zhi Chua. Such an old man.
Thanks for being with us. Jing Zhi Chua today, co-founder of ALLWIN. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Stay young.